Guys, how we doing? My name is Ryan. I play chess and put my videos on YouTube. Today I have a fun game that I just recently played against a King Cutler, nearly 1500 rated player. I was able to queen a pawn and win a rook for it, and I like this game because it's an example of how you should keep the pressure on when you're about to queen a piece. So let's go over here to the analysis board, and we'll see how the computer likes it as we walk through it, as well as some commentary. So he goes ahead and does the Sicilian defense. I've been trying to get into the Grand Prix attack, which I like quite a bit, and he's doing the closed variation of the Sicilian. I had a tough choice to make here, in that, do I develop or do I, protect this pawn somehow? I want this bishop to get out here and over here on this diagonal, and if I do this, he'll be closed in for a majority of the game. So I decided to just take the trade and develop. I then go ahead and develop my bishop and close that out and gain a tempo on the queen. If you notice here, I'm very well developed compared to him, and I go ahead and castle, and he threatens to kick my bishop and win my bishop, actually. Actually not win my bishop, but it'd be really annoying if he tried to move this pawn right here, so I go ahead and stop that advance. And I see this fork here if I'm able to push this pawn, so I move my queen right here, which is a common line already in the Grand Prix attack, but he goes ahead and defends it. Also, he's attacking this 3 times now, so I get my pawn out of the way, and I don't really want to defend it a third time with another piece, but I go ahead and just move it up. He brings his knight in there. I just trade. He comes in here with a check. Again, I'm not terribly worried right now because at this moment in time, he has not castled or developed any of his pieces. If you look at my pieces, everything is either developed. I guess this bishop isn't developed, but he's on a nice open diagonal comparatively to this guy's light square bishop. His other pieces are not in the game. It's only his queen and his bishop. So I let him go ahead and, attack here, and he moves it back out. I just move my queen out of the way, and I threaten to take this pawn here. I'm also starting to gather quite a bit of pieces over here on the king side. If he decided to castle right now, I think that would maybe not be his best move, simply because I can come over here with the bishop and, threaten to checkmate him pretty soon. He goes ahead and takes this knight, which I think is a mistake on his part, because I just recapture, and now if you notice, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in the game right now to his queen. He still is not castled, and I'm threatening to checkmate him if he does castle. So he goes ahead and pushes that pawn, which allows me to come in here with my bishop anyways. He comes in here and protects, as well as attacks this pawn here. It's a decent move, but more importantly, he stops me from bringing my bishop in here. So I step back and threaten to take this pawn here and deliver checkmate soon after. So he goes ahead and pushes this pawn, which I think is also a mistake, because, and I go ahead and just recapture. If he takes with the queen here, that's just trading off his last open piece, and then I would have a huge lead in development, and the game would end pretty quickly there. So he doesn't want to trade, and he makes this move where he moves his king out of the way, and I was, shaking my head, why would he do that? But I guess the reason is if he recaptures with a pawn right away, I can come in here with check and soon checkmate. If he recaptures with this pawn, I'm able to move my rook here and pin the queen to the king. So right here, this pawn is way more valuable than any of his other pawns. So I want to keep this and try to pressure queening this pawn. So I go ahead and step it up 1, and now he wants to trade queens. I don't let him do that, simply because if he captures here, I'll capture back with my rook, and then, I'll get another queen on top of it. So now he's got to do something about this, and he moves his king right here. We go ahead and threaten the rook. He moves over here, and then I queen it. And I capture with check on the king, and now the same themes as why he didn't take with this pawn before come to light right now. So he recaptures with the king, which is a mistake, and I just sidestep my queen. Got to pin this rook to queen, and he resigned right here. He has 0 development. He's going to lose his queen. I'm going to have a check, and eventually, come in here with my queen and rook and deliver checkmate. Anyways, I like this game a lot simply because it was an example of keeping the pressure on when you're trying to queen a pawn, and how powerful queening a pawn can be in the game. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and I wish you luck in your chess games. Bye-bye. What's up, guys? Thanks again for watching my video here today. I really appreciate it, and if you have any questions about any specific moves or anything about the game, please leave them below. I'd love to answer those. And last but not least, if you got anything out of this video at all, or you just simply enjoyed it, I would highly encourage you to subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and that way you can, get in touch with any future videos that I put out. Anyways, have a good rest of your day, and good luck in your chess.